Safety in Numbers by Carla Blaschka. "We will try again. We are not giving up," Cotton said, shouted as his crowd dispersed at the song of sirens. I felt gobsmacked at the vitriol he and his group had spewed, hatred foaming up from rotted concepts of love. They were protesting the art installation in the downtown park. When the police finally got there, those who stayed told our stories to the officer, last name Charles. "And Bert stopped him," said Charles. "Well done, Bert." My buddy Bert smiled wide. He had Down syndrome and a strong back, so we hired him as labor. When Cotton tried to damage the art, he wrapped his arms around him and lifted him bodily out of the way and set him on the grass. We were all very proud of him. While Officer Charles took statements, our chief of police, Ralph Kenny, stood watching, arms folded. Charles addressed him. "It's going to be a problem if we pick them up and try and prosecute. Cotton loves the media. He'll make as big a stink as he can, and I don't know what we can charge him with, as he was actually prevented from doing anything." Charles gave another thumbs up to Bert. "I know, damn it," Kenny said. "I hate this political shit. Give me a straightforward Spenard divorce every time." Charles gave a grunt of agreement. I thought spousal murder was a bit more complicated than a standoff at a political rally, but who was I to judge? I hadn't walked in their shoes. I looked down at my size 13 in pumps. I was recovering my balance against life's slings and arrows when I felt a push on my shoulder. "There you are, Sasha. I was hoping somebody would show up to walk me home," I said, pleased. Sasha grinned at me and stuck her nose in my armpit, hoping to lift my arm for a pat. I obliged and greeted Darren with a kiss, feeling blessed as always that we had found each other. He shoved Sasha's behind out of the way as he sat down beside me. "I hear you had some trouble." I let out a puff of laughter at the understatement and leaned against him. He put his arm around me. "Do you think if we get it up it will stay up?" I asked. He rubbed his nose against mine. "It doesn't matter. We need to keep trying. We will not give up," he said, echoing Cotton. I nodded in agreement. Cotton might have done us a favor, I thought later, with his protest. We discussed how to save the artwork from damage and graffiti. The artist suggested a system of protective clear panels that could be cleaned or replaced easily. It wouldn't stop determined vandalism, but it would slow down the casual, opportunistic stuff. We were setting up a 5-sided memorial pillar in honor of those killed at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando on June 12, 2016. It would have pictures of LGBTQ groups on tile. Below that we had tile photos of all the 49 people who were killed that night and their names. It was hotly debated whether or not to list the names of those injured as well, but as they were still alive and may not want the exposure, we just noted them as a group on the plaque and placed 102 stone rosettes to mark all the dead and wounded. I was pictured in the transgender group. If people didn't know that about me before, they would know it now. I smoothed my skirt over my knees and wondered if there was a safe restroom nearby I could use. Thank you.